I was writing something this morning and realized I've uploaded pictures like this a number of times and never really offered an explainer of them. So, this is an exercise we used to do in my Train the Trainer, Train the Facilitator course. And it involves having someone come and map the person who is presenting. And in this case, it's me in a couple of these. I was offering a session as part of the course on visual fluency, choosing meaningful graphics, how to use PowerPoint without letting it become a teleprompter, how to make even stand up, straight up presentations more interesting, more engaging. And so somebody is mapping me while I am presenting this content. I believe it was about 45 minutes of content. So at the top, the red line is where the screen was projecting visuals. To the left of the screen is just a desk I was working from. I had notes and stuff on a table. Over to the right is where I had the flip chart stand because I will often just black out the PowerPoint screen and switch to drawing something on a chart now and again. Sometimes you just need to let it go dark. And so what we got here is a room set up with U-shaped tables with participants sitting around that table. The X's are me, and it's where I was during this presentation. Now, I did exaggerate it a bit. I amped it up a little because we were trying to sort of set an example and show how this could be done. That you can't, don't just stand reading and lecturing. Move around, talk, draw people out. At the very top, you can see that I asked many more times than I told. So more questions than statements. And around the table, you can see participants responding either to me or talking across the room to one another. So you can see that Doug, Kelly, and Linda were contributing quite a lot. The others were about equal. I do remember this class, the bottom, that back row, most of those people worked together and had come together. And a few of them said they wanted to be there, but their behavior did not, it contradicted that a little bit. I'm not sure they wanted to be there as much as they said they did. So you can see that Kim and Georgia did not talk out at all, even when asked, even when I was trying to draw them out. They didn't ever really have anything to say, but they chit chatted with one another. Down there at the lower left corner, that prairie dogging refers to a quick exercise we did. The topic was cubicle etiquette. How would we create a presentation on cubicle etiquette? How would we illustrate those ideas and that kind of thing? And they talked for I remember they talked for like 3 minutes. I had to stop them. So they got really, even people that didn't work in cubicles, got really got interested in it. So you can see there that I was pretty effective at facilitating. I had trouble drawing some people out. I did realize that was happening, by the way. I knew that they weren't participating much, and there's a point at which you decide whether you're going to arm wrestle with participants or talk to Doug, who wants to engage with you, right? Right? I did try. The second one here, was the same presentation, same different class, and I was in a different room, and it was smaller and more narrow. I couldn't really move around behind them. You can see again, I was telling more than I was asking more than I was telling, which is good. Is what we're going for. That I did move around some, not quite as much as in the other one, and I did work harder, I remember, with this group to make sure they talked more to each other than just out to me, which is, by the way, a special challenge with virtual classroom. If you're in a virtual classroom facilitation situation, very often they will talk back and forth to me, but getting people to talk back and forth to each other to set up good chat activities, to encourage a lot of participation, maybe use breakups more strategically, that can help with that. But, part of the goal is to have them talk to each other, not just have a back and forth with the instructor. This last one, a friend of mine, the one who taught me to do this was my friend Nancy Weston. She worked for a bank that was family owned, and the board, the senior managers would get together from time to time. And one of them, and speaks really well to having built trust with her senior management team. One of them, Bill, was the leader of all this, and he came to her and said he felt that his meetings weren't very effective, that when he was with this group, they basically were very complacent and compliant and were yesing him a lot and not participating much. So he asked her for help, and I think he was intending to get a workshop recommendation. And what he got instead, she said, "I have a technique I'd like to try. Let me come see you work sometime." And so this is what she mapped, and you can see that he spent a lot of time telling. He didn't spend a lot of time asking. that Patrick at the other end of the table, who participated a good deal, was a relative. There's something there maybe to think about. Dave would talk back and forth with him. Franklin talked back and forth with him. Javette and Paula spoke to each other once. Not a whole lot of other information, but there's not a lot of activity. And she said actually that the problem may have been he needed help learning how to ask questions and waiting for answers, and making it clear that he was not just expecting yeses all the time. So I can share the directions for this. It's written out. I have a PDF of it that just explains how it works with a couple of the diagrams like you've just seen. It originally appeared in my From Analysis to Evaluation book in 2008, which has been reissued in 2024. And that whole book's available for order, but I will get the handout to you. I guess I'll upload it maybe as a Google Doc. All right. I hope you enjoy. I hope this was useful.